Hey, everybody. We're live. This is 15 Minutes of Fame, 15-year anniversary. I'm here with Enro Chang. Hi, Enro.
Hi, Rob.
Say hello to
Happy
everybody out there.
birthday.
We have one person, right? Hi, one person. There'll be more. There'll be more. This is going to be a fun show. So, so exactly 15 years ago, we did the first 15 Minutes of Fame with Xiaoyan Ding. She played a piano performance, 15 1 minute works that were all dedicated to Rob Voisey for happy birthday. This is my birthday too. Um,
Yay.
Yay! 15 years older. um, yeah. So today we're just hanging out. If you're coming to join us, so first of all, let me say business stuff, please. Like and subscribe, join the channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and lots of hours and views and blah 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 blah. Come support. This is a new endeavor from Vox Novus, and every support and thing that you can do is just going to help us empower new music. Um, so over the years, there has been an organization, Brand Library Associates, with Blair Whittington. He runs it and so forth. And they have hosted several 15 minutes of fame. And what I wanted to do was just share with you some of the stuff that they've been doing because we haven't really promoted it so much. So yeah, let's just start by playing a little bit of Hayek Arsenian. He's in New York here. He's been a great collaborator of mine for many years, actually starting with this project. And yeah, and feel free to chat in the there. Me and Anro will see it and we can respond and so forth. And I don't know. What do you say, Anro? We'll just play. We'll play until people say quit. What do you think?
Just started.
Just start it. Here we go.
Thank you so much for being here. It's really nice to see. I would like to present you this very interesting project that's based in New York City called Vox Novus, which is a collective of new music and composers, contemporary composers. And their project is called 15 Minutes of Fame, which is the performer needs to choose 15 1-minute pieces to be performed as a whole, as one piece. So, such wonderful compositions that were submitted to me, and it was incredibly difficult task to choose only 15 out of 10. And I hope that you will enjoy these ones. So 15 as one piece.
And there we go. That was Hayek's 15 Minutes of Fame. Um, so, yeah, and I want to, another one of our great, great performers of 15 Minutes of Fame is Thomas Piercy. He's currently in Japan. So this is it's like 2 or 3 in the morning right now for him. So I know he won't be joining us live, unfortunately, but that's okay, because he sent us something for us to play, which I'm trying to find. Give me 1 second. Ah, here we go. And let me just share this. Present. Sorry, everybody. You'll have to forgive me. We don't do this too much in our studios these days. Yeah, so that's another thing that we've been doing. There's live shows, which is now, and then we're live, and this is it. And you can text and ask us questions and participate in the thing. And then we have our sort of recorded shows. Well, our TV show, Composer's Voice, which is it's a TV show. I do a TV show every 2 weeks, if you can believe that. And so where it is. I can't find it. I can't play it. Hold on. Anyway, we'll come back with that. Meanwhile, I want to share another thing that that we did at Brand Library. This is just recently. This is our last project that we did at Brand Library. Is the TC4 saxophone quartet. They're just a fabulous quartet that we worked with. And let's bring them on right now.
This next set is the 15 Minutes of Fame pieces. This was a wonderful collaboration we did with Vox Novus in New York City, where they opened up this call to have 1-minute pieces written for our ensemble. And we had 122 submissions worldwide, and it was our job to narrow it down to 15, which was extremely difficult. But we're so happy with how it turned out. We have, as you can see in the program, music that's from all over the world. So we're super excited for the diversity, the eclecticness of this program. just as a power.
TC4. They're really awesome. Now, let me see if I can get Tom's file on. Hold on.
Congratulations for 15 years of 15 minutes of fame. I myself have been incredibly lucky and fortunate to have met so many composers and performers in my calls for clarinet, for the Japanese hichiriki, clarinet and piano, clarinet and guitar, clarinet, cello, and piano, and maybe some others that I have forgotten. What I haven't forgotten is the incredible composers that I have met. Many of them that I have continued my professional and personal relationship through these 15 years. One composer that I met from 15 Minutes of Fame wrote me first a piece for clarinet, then hichiriki, then clarinet and cello, clarinet and guitar. And he has ended up writing me the world's first hichiriki concerto, also a clarinet concerto. So this shows you the incredible growth that we have that comes to us specifically from 15 Minutes of Fame. Happy birthday to Rob, to 15 Minutes of Fame, and to the incredibly large community of us that are involved in this as performers, composers, and the lucky listeners. Thank you again.
Awesome. Thank you, Tom. Yes, 15 Minutes of Fame. So, yeah, we started 15 Minutes of Fame 15 years ago for a birthday concert that I was doing. Actually, it was a chamber concert. At the time, I was doing a lot of 60 by 60, and, that was an all electronic music project. And I was looking to do some of my chamber music, and I just figured what better way to throw a birthday party than just to do what I know best and have a chamber concert. There were a bunch of suggestions to do 1 minute pieces. They wanted to do 61-minute pieces. And I was like, no. This is not that. It's not that. And was a lot of want to try to convert 60 by 60 into an acoustic project, of which is, let's just say, not really logistically feasible. And after much cajoling, that's how we came up with 15 Minutes of Fame, 15 1-minute pieces that were performed. So we started doing that. Cheyenne Ding did she did the premiere. She a year later, she wanted to do it again, and we did another set for in honor of Franz Liszt. That went over great, and then we got another ensemble that wanted to do it, and another. So since the inaugural year in 2009, we have done over 100 different ensembles of 15 Minutes of Fame, from solo piano to clarinet and violin. Tom listed several different ensembles that he worked with. So we've had lots of little small ensembles, and we just had like quartets like TC4 and string quartet like Passion that was in Romania, and really exotic instruments like the hichiriki. We've also done the oud and the taishigoto with David Bohm. And to even larger ensembles, such as we did the West Point band, concert band, and their wind quintet. We did a nonette up in upstate New York. We've also done some very, very interesting ensembles, such as a harp choir. That's a 7. I think we had like 10 or 12 harps, all playing compositions. We also had a mandolin orchestra. I think it was 18 to 20 different players of mandolin, playing all different ranges of mandolin. So 15 Minutes of Fame, the you know, it kind of just like, you know, it was just an inspiration to start and to collaborate. But what it really became is a way for composers to write for instruments that they wouldn't normally write for, and to just try out ideas and experiment, and then to just kind of get to know the players, the musicians who are performing new music. These are people that are dedicated mavericks, champions of new music, looking to play new music for new music's sake. With that said, we also have these great collaborations and alliances that we have throughout the world. And again, one of those great collaborators is Brand Library Associates. And I wanted to share another 15 Minutes of Fame, another pianist from there, Mark Robeson, who's also a fabulous pianist. Let's see if we can bring him on now. There we go.
one.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, Mark is he's a fabulous pianist. Yeah, so oh, thank you, Alfonso. Otherwise, I am also otherwise known as Daddy Hawk. Long story. I think everybody anyway. I have a little hawk in the nest, so that makes me the daddy.
I see.
Um, yeah. First of all, I want to thank our wonderful web engineer over here, Ro Chang. She's one of those crucial mechanisms behind all the front face of Vox Novus. And yeah, Ro, thank you for helping out, especially with 15 Minutes of Fame and all
pleasure,
our
my
other
pleasure.
projects here at Vox Novus. Yeah, why don't we let audiences hear from you, Ro? What do you think of all of this?
I think it's a great project, honestly. So you mentioned we have 100 ensemble at least, right, so far. And each concert connects 15 composers. So times 100, we have created at least 1,500 connections for musicians. That's a big deal. Very meaningful.
Yeah, I'd like to. I was just speaking, through the chats and some of the comments on Facebook about sort of calls for scores, and it isn't easy being a composer. It's just not, and there's it's tough. I mean, I believe it or not, I'm like one of those shy guys that like I'm not very aggressive and I don't push myself in front of everybody. So, like how do you meet musicians? How do you get like your music out there? And the truth is, I mean, look, it's career. You have to do stuff, right?
Right, right.
Whether you like it or not. And in fact, so am I wrong, Enro? I think the first thing that we did together was 15 Minutes of Fame, right?
Yeah, with Andrew White.
Andrew White, that's right. And yeah, that was that with the electronic thing, or was that just was that for him solo?
Electronic
With him solo. Like Andy White's another fabulous musician who's been working with us for several years now. I first started working with him through 15 Minutes of Fame, who was a connection through Composer's Voice. Back in the day, 15 Minutes of Fame was installed on Composer's Voice. So it would start with 15 Minutes of Fame. We were doing chamber concerts over on the east side, and then we would do and present a chamber concert. And back then, we were Composer's Voice had a program of finding composers to host their own shows. So we would get a composer that would find music and so forth, and we would help them and get musicians and so forth. That one was with David Wolfson, another fabulous composer, and he brought on Andrew White, and that's what got him going. And that's what it's all about. It's like all these connections that are sort of coming together and just making it easier for us to get our music heard, right?
Right. See, everyone has a backstory. Fabulous.
There are a lot of stories,
Yeah.
and for those who are interested, like I said, we were talking about calls for scores and things like that, and somebody asked me, because anyway, everybody wants to be rich and famous and get all their works played, and they were just like, how many of your 15 Minutes of Fame pieces get played like elsewhere and do other things and so forth? And the truth of the matter is I only hear about them anecdotally, somebody would be like, oh yeah, that 1 minute piece, like it turned into, this giant suite of pieces and got played here and here and here and here. And I hear this like 5 years later. I was just like, tell me about it. Tell me about it. I'll promote it. I promise. We all want to hear the successes of everybody else, and part of it is just like and the failures. So yeah. So let's talk about successes for a minute. Through the Vox Novus mailing list, otherwise known as NM421, I'm going to be posting some articles and hopefully some success stories from composers. But I've got some stories from musicians that we're going to be listening to. So hopefully, the composers can read that and sort of kind of figure out, what this project's all about and so forth. But yeah, so talking about like the rejections, right? I remember a composer who would always list his pieces that didn't get selected for 15 Minutes of Fame. And everybody used to be all crazy, like, oh, it's okay and so forth and everything. But the funny thing is, what he was doing was he's posting his pieces that didn't get selected, but got played everywhere else. Like, other musicians would pick it and they play it here and they play it there and so forth. Which I was just like, great. I wanted to hear more of that, to be honest. Like, just to... Anyway, it's all about the celebrations, and the idea of 15 Minutes of Fame, like why we kept pushing it forward and so forth, was it's only a minute, right?
Yeah,
it's
but
not,
I think it's like a nest for growing great ideas and the larger pieces, right?
exactly. And and it's like it's high reward for low investment. And not that I want to be like, oh, it should be easy. It's not easy, but you know, it's easy to program a 1 minute piece. I don't think people really like kind of understand that, but I know a lot of musicians that they program 2 or 3 minutes of 15 minutes of fame, or what they've done is they've liked a piece from 15 minutes of fame and commissioned that composer for more works. That's actually happened a lot. And anyway, there we go. I don't know. So, and what else do you think, Emma? What else should we tell those people out there, all those young composers? I'm old. I've been doing this for a while now.
I think it's fun. So first of all, it's a fun project. Whenever you have something in your head, you just write it down. Maybe you can submit a 1 minute piece for start. Right.
I think you're totally right. And for musicians, I usually get it from the musician point of view. But the truth is that it's just fun. It's and the musicians have a ball doing it. It's hard, They usually get anywhere between 50 to 90 to even like 150 to 200 submissions, so they have to go through it, and they always have it's tough to pick. A lot of composers pour their heart and soul into 1 minute. So and it shows, and it's hard to pick 15. A lot of musicians pick 2 sets of 15, which is always a bonus. We never promised that, but it's always, you never know. You get an extra chance.
You never know.
But it's fun for them to like experience like a whole bunch of different styles of composition, different aesthetics, different things, and then they get introduced to new composers, and I hope that the composers have just as much fun, because
if you didn't have picked for this time, maybe next time.
Exactly.
Try more. And it's not helpful for writing more small pieces as a young composer. Right.
And the thing is and even I should do it more often, is like, it's a great way to keep your chops like sort of up to date. And especially when there's wild and new instruments to play. Like I was we had this great call for chromatic harmonica, and I mean that was just like a perfect, like, I try to encourage everybody, it's just like, you're not gonna see a call like this.
It's very rare.
It's right for this musician. Yeah. She is awesome. You're gonna get a great performance of a piece, and then it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I try to, anyway, we do the best that we can. But yeah, or the other, we had Stas Glevsky for it's totally escaping me now. What do they call it? It's not an organ. It's, oh my gosh, I'm totally forgetting what the instrument's called. And I'm telling everybody that you should write for him. The oh, it's gonna kill me. Wait, I'm not kidding. I hate it when I totally go blank. There he is. The accordion.
Oh, accordion.
Of course, the accordion. But he was doing this like great call for scores, and it just was. Yes, the buy-in accordion. Thank you, Eric. That's the, yes. We see the Yes, it was brilliant. It was great call. He is going to be. We got a lot of great pieces for that. He's already performed once, but we're going to be doing another set coming up really soon. So everybody stay tuned for that. And yeah, yeah.
They do.
Thank you, everybody. You know, yeah.
And hopefully we can celebrate 15 years later.
Yes. We'll see. That would be awesome. You know, I'll be officially old then.
We're all old.
But hopefully we'll have lots of new young people taking up the ranks, right?
Right.
That's the whole point. Yeah, no, and yeah, it's just great to have everybody be you know, a part of this project. You know, and we haven't really said too much about it, but I also first thank you, and Ro, again. Thank you for being part of, you know, 15 minutes of, you know, for just being the engineer, helping me for all these crazy projects I do. She bails me out of the frying pan a lot, which is like really, really, really awesome. But I also want to thank you as a composer. You know, you've written some great music, and it's always been fabulous to participate with you. And I want to thank all the composers for submitting to this project. You know, it's about you guys. You know, that's you know, I'm a composer. So, you know, I always was looking for projects that I wanted to write for and be a part of and so forth. And I'm just really excited that so many people have written for it. You know, it's thousands of composers have, which is great. You know, and you're right, and Ro, you may not get picked the first time or the second or the third, but keep trying. You know, there are lots of opportunities. That's part of the try to create as many opportunities as I can. And there's 15 composers. 15 composers getting selected. This last year, we did, if I remember correctly, we did 13 calls, of which one call had four musicians be a part of it. So we had 15. So that's what, 15 times 15. It's like 225 opportunities. You know, it's a great way to get involved. And, you know, I wish we could pick everybody. We can't. But there are more opportunities beyond, you know, it's not always about the winner of the winner, right? Anyhow. I think it's time to call it quits. What do you think?
I think today is a beautiful day. And I want to congrats again for you and 15 minutes of fame.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Enro. I want to thank everybody in the audience. We appreciate you being out there and listening to us. You know, all the musicians out there. We're really just looking to connect with people, right? That's what it's kind of all about. So thank you again for tuning in. Be a part. I'm supposed to say like and subscribe. My goal, 1,000 by the end of the year. Please don't disappoint me. I'm so close. So close. Of course, there's other hurdles, but I don't care. That's the one I want to make. Thanks again, all. We'll see you next time. Actually, I'm going. Yeah. I'll see you next time. No promises. Catch ya.